The golden chair glimmers under the chandeliers of Huis Bosch Palace, its intricate coils of gold leaf catching every flicker of light like liquid fire. But this isn't just furniture. It's a throne fit for a queen who once lived an ordinary life. Máxima Zorreguieta, the woman sitting here, grew up in a middle-class Buenos Aires neighborhood, studied economics, and climbed corporate ladders in New York skyscrapers. Yet today, her fingers sparkle with a rare orange diamond worth 200,000 euros, and her closets overflow with gowns costing more than a sports car. How did a girl from Argentina end up ruling one of Europe's oldest monarchies? The answer lies in a fateful party, a hidden identity, and a love story wrapped in scandal and silk. By 1999, Máxima had traded spreadsheets for champagne flutes at the Seville Spring Fair, laughing with a tall, blonde stranger who called himself Alexander. She didn't know he was Europe's most eligible bachelor, Prince Willem-Alexander of the Netherlands, disguised to dodge paparazzi. When he confessed his title, she snorted, "A prince? Nice joke." But 2 weeks later, he tracked her down in New York, this time arriving in a private jet. Their secret courtship became a whirlwind of midnight gondola rides in Venice and five-star dinners where waiters served truffle lobster risotto on solid gold plates. He proposed with a ring featuring a diamond-dyed orange, the color of his royal house, set in platinum so pure it glowed like moonlight. Yet even diamonds couldn't outshine the storm brewing back in the Netherlands. Máxima's father, a former Argentine politician, had ties to a regime the world wanted to forget. Protesters waved signs reading, "No Queen of Blood," as the prince fought to marry her. On their wedding day, Máxima silenced critics by stepping into Amsterdam's Nieuwe Kerk in a Valentino gown stitched with silver thread, so fine it took 12 seamstresses 6 months to complete. The 100,000 euro dress shimmered like a galaxy as she vowed to love Willem-Alexander in halting Dutch, her voice trembling but fierce. Her father's seat stayed empty, a political sacrifice, but Máxima compensated with spectacle. The reception at Huis Bosch featured ice sculptures of swans, champagne fountains, and a cake taller than the groom, layered with gold-dusted macarons. Yet the real luxury began after the guests left. The couple moved into a 63 million euro palace renovated with heated marble floors, a private cinema lined with velvet, and a closet so vast it needed its own staff. Máxima's wardrobe exploded with bespoke suits from Dutch designer Jan Taminio, 15,000 euros each, silk scarves hand-painted by Hermes artists, and a handbag collection curated to match every hue in the Dutch royal crest, orange, blue, and gold. But Máxima didn't stop at fashion. She redefined royal glamour with a rulebook she burned herself. At a Milan gala, she floated past paparazzi in a 50,000 euro mink coat dyed emerald green, a shade so vivid it reportedly took 30 artisanal baths in Tuscan dye vats to perfect. The coat's collar clasp, a sapphire the size of a quail's egg, once dangled from Catherine the Great's earrings, reset into platinum by a jeweler sworn to secrecy. For state dinners, she commissioned gowns from Claes Iversen so heavy with Swarovski crystals that her staff joked about needing forklifts. One midnight blue creation, weighing 18 pounds, featured a train embroidered with 10,000 black diamonds that scattered light like crushed starlight. Even her casual outfits rewrote the rules. A 1,500 euro silk blouse, woven from lotus fibers so rare it took 40,000 stems to make a single yard, was tucked into jeans tailored by a Savile Row maestro, accessorized with a 20,000 euro crocodile skin Birkin whose gold hardware was buffed daily by a palace intern. And then there were the shoes. Rows of Gianvito Rossi stilettos, 2,395 euros a pair, stood like soldiers beside Christian Louboutins with ruby-red soles lacquered using techniques borrowed from Stradivarius violin makers. Custom riding boots, lined with cashmere, spun from Mongolian goats who wintered in heated barns, shared shelf space with sandals strung with pearls harvested from a secret Japanese lagoon. Shoes are armor, she once told a designer, while test driving a pair of €8,000 Balenciaga heels studded with actual meteorite fragments. When you stand tall, the world listens. And listen they did, especially when she wore her pièce de résistance, thigh-high boots forged from python skin and 18-karat gold wire, commissioned after she quipped, "Why should chandeliers have all the sparkle?" Her indulgences extended beyond the closet. The palace's sitting room became her sanctuary, a cocoon of opulence, where even the air smelled of tuberose blooms flown in weekly from grass. Its walls, draped in palm tree wallpaper, hand-painted by Italian artisans, shimmered with threads of 24-karat gold leaf, a flamboyant nod to Argentina's sun-soaked landscapes. At its center sat Marcel Wander's €12,500 gold chair, its curves polished to a mirror finish, flanked by side tables carved from a single slab of Brazilian jade. Nearby, a mahogany desk once owned by Napoleon's sister held her everyday jewelry, a Cartier tank watch, €5,000, with a face inlaid with mother of pearl, a diamond tennis bracelet so finely linked it felt like liquid ice, and a pendant forged from Andean gold, its chain woven by Quechua craftsmen who'd guarded the technique for centuries. For public appearances, she rotated between heirlooms and haute couture, a 19th-century diamond tiara that once graced Russian empresses and a modern Art Deco headpiece commissioned from Van Cleef & Arpels, its platinum threads so delicate they resembled spiderwebs dusted with starlight. But the true centerpiece of her collection? A €300,000 necklace of flawless pink diamonds, each stone hand-selected from a Botswana mine reserved for royalty. She wore it only once to a UN summit, pairing it with a stark black gown that made the gems glow like trapped galaxies. "Even global poverty deserves a little glitter," she quipped to reporters, though insiders whispered the necklace's clasp alone cost more than the average diplomat's salary. Yet Maxima's most secret luxury lay hidden in plain sight. The room's Persian rug, woven with silk so rare it took 12 years to harvest from a single herd of Tibetan goats, its patterns echoing the constellations visible from her childhood home in Buenos Aires. Even her hobbies oozed opulence. She hosted cooking classes in the palace kitchen, where Michelin-starred chefs bowed to her recipes, whisking foie gras from ducks-fed champagne-soaked oats and grating white Alba truffles flown in from Italy at €5,000 per pound. The saffron she used wasn't merely expensive, it was hand-plucked by Moroccan farmers, paid €1,000 per gram, each crimson thread stored in crystal vials carved from Murano glass. Her daughters snacked on alfajores, Argentinian cookies, stuffed with dulce de leche made from milk, sourced from Swiss cows massaged daily, the chocolate imported from a Brussels chocolatier who once crafted bonbons for Audrey Hepburn. Each cookie bore the royal seal in edible 24-karat gold leaf, a detail so extravagant even visiting dignitaries pocketed them as souvenirs. When she craved adventure, she'd board the family's Gulfstream G650, its cabin lined with cashmere blankets monogrammed with her initials in platinum thread, to ski in Gstaad. There, her €10,000 Fendi ski suit, tailored with heated pockets and mink-trimmed goggles, drew more stares than the snow-capped Alps, especially when paired with skis hand-painted by a Japanese lacquer artist who took 3 years to perfect the gradient of royal blue to gold. But her true passion roared on 4 wheels. While the king tooled around in a modest Audi, Maxima cruised The Hague in a vintage Rolls-Royce Phantom 66, its interior upholstered in leather, dyed to match her favorite shade of scarlet, a hue so specific the tannery kept a vat reserved solely for her orders. The car's glove box held a Fabergé compact mirror, its enamel inlaid with a miniature portrait of her 3 daughters. Rumor has it, she once requested a BMW i8 Hybrid, priced at €150,000, just to see what the fuss was about, then gifted it to a staffer after a single joyride. Yet her garages hid darker treasures. A 1962 Ferrari 250 GTO, one of only 36 ever made, its engine tuned to purr like her beloved Argentine tango orchestras. "Cars are art you can feel," she'd say, though no one dared ask if she meant the leather seats or the envy burning in everyone who watched her glide by. Through it all, Maxima never lost her common touch. She'd slip into Zara dresses for supermarket runs, surprising clerks who'd just seen her on TV dripping in diamonds. At charity galas, she auctioned off her old gowns, once selling a €25,000 Iverson creation to fund microloans for women in Jakarta. "Luxury isn't what you own," she told Vogue. "It's the freedom to choose who you become." And Maxima chose to become unforgettable, a queen who paired tiaras with tango steps, who turned palace ballrooms into salsa clubs, and who proved that even a throne forged in scandal could shine brighter than gold.